challenge I face when choosing a school is not only is my daughter creative, she's also academic. And it's very easy to find schools that excel either in the creative side and the academia isn't quite such a high standard, or vice versa. But I think what makes Ashbourne quite unique is that they have a massive creative element, and it's an excellent standard, and also the academic.
In terms of location, I think Ashbourne's in a really, really good spot. I think if I take myself back to my teenage years, to be coming to central London to college would have been a fabulous experience. I know my daughter Sophie sometimes found the travelling, the commuting a little bit hard, but that in itself is all part of preparing her for life in work afterwards.
The amazing thing about London, it is genuinely cosmopolitan. That was one of the reasons why we went for London rather than anywhere else, because of the atmosphere, the kind of people that you get in there, and the attitude generally speaking. And I wanted him to grow as a human being as well as his education, so it was a good place for him to go.
I think Ashbourne's been exceptional really, because our grandson was really almost a school refuser, and through having very, very careful, thoughtful suggestions as to how he could integrate back into the school system, or the college system I suppose in this case, he was really, I think he was kind of coaxed back in. He wanted to come, but he was really, really carefully sort of nurtured back into the system. And he's got nothing but praise for it, and certainly we were delighted, bit by bit, his confidence came back. So yeah, it was excellent.
I know when we came to the school they said that they would be, individual attention, and I think she definitely got that. I think what they gave in addition to that was to treat each child as an individual, which I think are two different issues. So she was very much accepted as her personality. They wanted her to grow in the way she needed to grow. And she got the individual attention that went with it. I
think the biggest impact that Ashbourne has had on my daughter has been confidence levels. Perhaps she was a little shy when she first came here. Perhaps she wasn't quite sure how strong she was academically, but being encouraged all the way through, I think helped to achieve really good grades. They're not spoon-fed at Ashbourne. They're left to work on their own. But there's always someone there watching over them, and I think that helps a lot.
He's turned into an independent learner, which he really wasn't before he came here. He's really struggled, he said, with trying to do homework or home study, because he hadn't been in school. And I'm sure he would say, of course he struggles like anybody does, getting revision done or whatever. But he absolutely takes responsibility for his own learning, and that's come from the encouragement he's had here. Quite exceptional encouragement, really.
Environment has been fantastic where he is now. He's made, I think, friends for life, to be honest. He's enjoying it, learning from it, socially and academically. So certainly to watch him grow has been an absolute pleasure, for us.
The curriculum was brilliant, actually. Broader than other places. Not very many places do film, and my daughter wanted to do film, and actually, on the tour when we wandered around, she was very impressed with the presentation, and that sort of made her sort of yearning to come here that bit more.
When my daughter was living away from home, you're not outside the school gates, you can't talk to the parents, they really are away. So it's really important that you feel that you're still in touch with what's happening and where things are. They have a great system where you can go online and see which lectures your daughter has or son has attended. So if they've missed anything, Also, they give sort of feedback, so that's really, really useful. So if there's anything that you think, I'm a bit concerned about that, you can also just ring up the school. So you just ring up and talk to them. There's always somebody who'll talk to you about it. So that's fantastic. I felt I needed to know everything I needed to know.
One of the things about Ashbourne was, I think Sophie got particularly good support during her university applications. It's a really difficult time, And I have to say, probably the same as any parents, the process has changed an awful lot since we were making our applications all those years ago. I was glad that she didn't have to refer back to us for that. And she got very good advice and support all the way through.
I found a fantastic school for my daughter. I have absolutely no doubt that I wouldn't want her to come to anywhere else. So for my child, this is absolutely the best place. I think it's finding the right school for the right child. If you want your child to be brought up in a place where they will grow, they'll be loved, they'll be cherished, they'll be encouraged to become an individual, they'll be treated as an individual, then choose this school.
We're very grateful. Yeah, it's great, definitely.
Would I recommend Ashbourne? Oh, without a doubt. She will probably kill me for saying this, but I had Sophie down as an average student, a very, very hard-working student, but average. And the grades that she achieved at Ashbourne were fantastic. And that was mirrored with the university she went to and the further education she went on to in terms of doing an MA. So yeah, I would definitely recommend Ashbourne.